Hello YouTube, this is Thompson Away 737 bringing you a new airport update for the Spanish Mediterranean 1/400 scale airport. So first of all, apologies, this airport update has been delayed by about a week or over a week. The problem that I had, obviously I sent my camera off like I said I would to have the sensor cleaned. I sent it off to Jessop's. They had a bit of a delay, supposedly, obviously due to people being off due to COVID, stuff like that. That's fine. I ain't got a problem with that. They sent the camera back eventually, after I kind of chased it up a little bit, and honestly I have no idea what they did with it. They worded it as if they had cleaned it, the sensor, but when I got it back, I've tried, took a few pictures of how I wanted them and stuff like that, and I could still see the exact same spots just all over the pictures, using a lower aperture. So what on earth they did with it, I have no idea. But I've complained. I've received a full refund, because after I posted it on forums and Facebook groups, everybody else was saying they clearly haven't done that. They clearly haven't done a sensor clean, because I was getting confused. So yeah, I thought, you know what, I'm not happy with the service. You clearly haven't done it, and obviously I didn't want to send it back. So yeah, it's all gone through fine. And basically what I did, took it up myself. I looked online, ordered a Dust Aid Platinum little sort of cleaning kit. Very simple to use, and that has actually lifted the majority, not all of it, but the majority of the sort of spots you can see. The only one or two that's remaining, you can probably crop out with the images you take and stuff like that. The idea behind it is a lot of my pictures were focused on very crisp and focusing on one subject, whereas I want to take pictures where a lot more is in focus in the background as well. Try and get like multiple models in the same shot that are kind of in similar focus, rather than one being totally blurred and the other one being really sharp. So that's the idea behind it, and that's the reason why this update has been late. So apologise for that. Shifts as well, that's probably impacted a little bit. So next week I will be working on a Friday day shift, so it'll probably come a bit later again, but hopefully within a reasonable time frame. So starting in, obviously we'll crack on with this update, focused on a period in 2007, and this is probably the biggest update I've probably done so far, but the most anticipated for me as well, and you might be able to see already why, and obviously I will highlight when we go through why that is. So if we zoom in, like we normally do, start off on the far side. It's a shame really I haven't got like a background, to cover all aspects of the board, but general photographs, so we just need the background on the backboard that we have behind it. But starting off, we have this Monarch A300-600 registration GMONS. This is operating service from and to Manchester. As you can see, sporting the Leisure Airline of the Year titles there. Just will highlight, I'm not sure if that stand actually would accommodate an A300, but it seems quite fitting in this scale, so I don't see why not. We have this LTU A330-300 taxiing out. This is registration DAERS, and this is heading out to Dusseldorf. We haven't really featured much LTU lately, and obviously it kind of fades away at this point. Obviously Air Berlin will start coming into will start dominating. So this is really what I want to focus on, mostly. Fleet building. Obviously I mentioned it in previous updates, and it will occur, more than once, depending on which airline we accommodate. But as you can see, we've got a trio of Thompson Fly aircraft. We do have a fourth one, which we'll get to as well. So starting off, we have this, we'll start off, zoom in, Thompson Fly 757-200, registration BYAI. This is operating a service from and to East Midlands. Then, before that, in the foreground there, we have a Thompson Fly 737-300, registration GTHOE. This operating service from and to Doncaster, Sheffield. This is a custom, and I will just say this is probably the highlight of my collection. Got this at the same time roughly as the custom Hapagfly 737-800. And the guy who did this has done a great job. And this is the one, if I had to choose a single model out of my collection, this is the one I would want to keep out of any. If I had to choose, that is the true highlight for me. That is where, you know, it all began for me. Thomson Fly 737-300s when Doncaster Sheffield opened. Yeah, it's just got huge significance compared to any other model, and it is a shame one was never or hasn't been done yet in the as an actual release. If obviously one did get done, I would hope it would be a different registration. So again, it's registration GTHOE that I've got. Next out we have another custom Thomson Fly. This is a 757-200 GBYAN. So this is actually again custom. The other 757 was the NG version. This is the custom that I've had for a number of years as well. Next out we have a My Travel A330-300 registration OYVKG, and this is operating a service from Stockholm Arlanda. Next up we have another Thomson Fly aircraft, Thomson Fly 737-800, registration GCDZI. This is operating a service to from Manchester as well. Then panning across we have this Flybe Mansion B146 300, registration JEBG. This is operating a service from and to Birmingham. And if we pan across over towards the remote stands, taxiing in first of all. Focus, there we go. We have this taxiing in Hapagfly 737-800, registration DATUE. This is the NG version. So if you look back at the last video, I think that's when I included the custom that I have. You can compare the two. I think in the next update both will be together though, just for a better comparison. So it'll give you a good indication as to seeing both of them together. So this will be taxiing on to one of the remote stands in the middle here, which we'll see in a minute. And that is operating again from Munich. If we just zoom out a minute, sort of focus on these two A320s. So these are both in hybrid liveries, sort of at least from Iberworld. The first one, registration ECKDD, obviously with Air Berlin titles, but this is actually operating on behalf of Iberworld, I think, at this point, doing a service, like a bit of, probably like a charter summer service from Bournemouth. Then the one in the sort of more albino kind of colour scheme, obviously apart from the Air Berlin titles, this is operating on behalf of Air Berlin, obviously again at least from Iberworld. Registration ECKBQ, and this is heading out to Berlin Tegel. Obviously that airport is no more in the modern day, which is a shame. Next out we have the Air Berlin 737-800 DABBA. Funnily enough, I was a bit surprised about this, but according to airliners.net, this was actually heading out to Zurich. Not sure. I would just assume Air Berlin would have operated directly to Germany rather than doing a route to Switzerland. Certainly from like Parma, but again, using the information I have, it was actually flying the AB5413 flight number. It's good that, you know, you get little captions now and then that gives you a bit more of an indication as to what service it was operating and stuff like that. So where possible, I will include information like that in updates. But yeah, it took me by surprise that it was operating out to Zurich a little bit. Taxiing out, I absolutely love this livery. The Vladivostok Avia livery is, I love it. No one go around, unfortunately, but certainly on a Tupolev 154. Registration RA85689. This is heading out to Istanbul, Ataturk, which of course is in Turkey. And then panning across, another great special aircraft that I think anybody would be privileged to witness at any airport. The Qatar Emiri flight 747 SP, registration VPBAT, and rumours are this will also be heading out to Zurich once it's fulfilled its stay here. We'll be heading out, currently unknown ETD, but we'll be, again, rumours are heading out to Zurich. So again, if you follow me on Instagram or the forums or anywhere, you'll probably see, pictures in a better light kind of thing of different models, that kind of thing in this update. Again, apologise, this update has been significantly late. Hopefully we'll get back on track, but again, yeah, we're working shifts and that, long shifts that probably might get pushed back again next week, maybe on Saturday, Sunday. But it will come, unless anything else significant happens. But again, thanks for watching, guys. Like I say, stay tuned. The next update will be focused in 2008. So stay tuned for that. And again, we'll continue trying to do fleet sort of showcases as well in future updates. So again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.